According to the
dense.
suit, Short has been unable to engage in the same daily activities since his injury and anticipates needed surgery. Plus, he broke his penis.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. How do you stay cozy during the winter months, Jay? Well, for some, wrapping up in a blanket with a mug of hot chocolate or watching a movie with the family is the best way to spend the month of December. But therapy is also a great way to bring yourself some extra comfort that never goes away, even when the seasons change.
Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/DPT to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DPT.
There you go. Tell us when you're ready. Go. With holiday shopping season winding down, Chewy is giving us a gift. Huge savings, up to 40 or even up to 60% off. Flash deals, BOGOs, BOGOs, and so much more. Not just for dogs and cats, birds, fish, reptiles, and more. Don't forget gifts for your pets this holiday season. Take advantage of amazing deals and shop our personal favorites, my personal favorites, at chewy.com/DPT.
That's chewy.com/DPT. Chewy.com/DPT.
Hey, townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population Ray. Jonah Ray. What's up, buddy?
Hey, everybody. I'm glad to be back in town, driving through.
Driving through the old Dumbville.
Wanted to get my stupid on.
Yeah,
with
thank
my pals.
you.
You know, our dumb viewers are going to notice that Jason finally found someone who is willing to look like him.
I finally have a twin in comedy who I respect. Oh, wait a minute.
Thanks, partner. Thanks so much.
Hey, I appreciate
if you could.
Yeah.
There we go.
I loved you guys on Supermarket Sweep. Took your joke. Took your joke.
Dude, it's all about the turkeys and the diapers.
That's
Turkeys
right.
and diapers.
Turkeys and diapers.
Turkeys and diapers.
You guys going to see Turkeys and Diapers this summer?
I love
Dude, they're doing Warp, dude.
Are they doing it?
They brought back Warp for Turkeys and Diapers.
Well, I heard the guitarist was canceled.
But you guys work at the same ranch, so you also sort of match
We
a little
help
bit.
city slickers come to Wyoming.
By doing that, we have a place in the desert. We're just in Palm Springs and have a shop where we
Welcome
sell
back
these.
to Battle of the Earth Tones.
It's also a spa. All right, anyway.
That's for anybody who wants
Seafoam.
to watch this
We
on
mostly
YouTube.
sell incense, though.
Seafoam versus camel tonight on Dumb People Town. Guess what, guys? The world's still dumb. We get
Very.
stories sent in by our great fans. You send in. We are still taking them on Twix. You can do at Sklar Brothers, at Daniel Van Kirk, hashtag Dumb People Town. We will find out who was first in the line, and we will read.
I
your
also
story.
went over to Blue Sky. You feel free to hit me up there.
Okay.
I'm giving it a shot.
Hey, Mr. Blue.
Hey,
All right.
before we go, is this the first ever live Dumb People Town we did guest?
Oh.
Jonah
Wasn't it
Ray?
at the castle?
Yeah.
Yes,
Was
that
that the
was
first one?
so
I think it was
fun.
our first live Dumb
You
People
only did
Town.
a handful, too, right?
It's great
Before
to
that,
have
yeah.
you. Great to have you.
Always been
Yeah.
a part of the city. I got a key to it by
Yeah.
the mayor, but it didn't work on anything.
no,
Talk about
that's-
dumb.
all right.
It was too big for any fucking keyhole
You
I
can't
saw.
put that in any. So keys to cities, like novelty checks, they don't work. Right.
They
You
don't
can't
work.
go to the
You can't
bank and
use them.
cash a giant
They don't
novelty.
go
Into a door. You
But you can threaten somebody with the key to let you in anywhere.
Yes. So if
Yeah.
you're trying to put it in like a giant novelty check, you got to go 0.5 if you're taking a picture and put it in the bank. Okay. Here we go. Story number one. This was sent in by Sam Householder at Sam Householder.
Thanks, Sam.
A household name. Here's the headline.
Okay.
Man says bag of Fritos sitting on car seat lured him before stealing vehicle, later burglarizing cars in Ingleside. This is the worst written headline I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Every participle dangles and
I
doesn't
understand what he did. He walked by, saw
a bag of Fritos lured him. They're like,
He's saying it's entrapment.
Hey, buddy, what you doing out there? Hey, man.
This guy is really counting on somebody like a judge being also really into Fritos. It's like, you get it. Fritos.
Yeah.
so what if he had
you
it?
get
Were
it.
they the
Dismissed.
twisted Fritos?
No.
Or
He's
were
like,
they the
no.
regular scoop Fritos?
No.
He is
Scoop
like,
'em.
this is him because he definitely represented himself in court. Okay?
Yeah.
And he had in his back pocket, the judge is like, it can't just be a bag of Fritos. And he turns to the jury and says, they were chili cheese. And everyone's like, all right,
So
let him off.
I'm going to reveal a
Let him
dumb
off.
logic thing about me that I'm going to apply to this. Sometimes, many times, almost every time, if I'm watching a movie in the movie theater, I will tell myself, like, let's say it's an action movie.
Sure.
I will say, I can't start eating my Reese's Pieces until
the movie starts.
Until I see a gun.
What?
Like if it's an action movie.
That's what you.
Because otherwise, I'll just sit there and like eat and eat.
I'll eat
and I try to like pace myself
through
up.
the previews.
And so I sort of let the universe, in this case a movie, determine
when
my
you can
action.
start.
And so I wonder if this guy was like, I'm not going to rob this car
Unless I see a bag of Fritos.
If I see,
if it's open, I get
like if there's an incentive there, I sort of feel like it's telling me
the bag has like a mouth. Look, you can't spell Fritos without free.
Hey,
that shit's free to me.
One version, yeah.
Okay, I'm going in. Let's go in.
I once like when I got a speeding ticket when I was like 15 years old in Hawaii, and
you can drive at 3 in Hawaii.
You could drive very young there. I remember thinking like, it's finally I can drive. Like it's like and then if I see like someone who's like 18 driving a car these days, I'm just like, get that kid out.
What are you doing?
It's like your brain's not even fully formed to understand the mechanics of the car, let alone the spatial recognition of anyone on the road.
I am getting into the car with my son as he drives me around.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. I'm telling him he wants to.
Yeah, but like the excuses I heard at court, my dad made me go to court, and I just heard all these kids like, so why did you steal the truck? It's like, oh, Judge, you got to understand, it was I thought it was my friend's truck, and then I was going to just sleep in the back in the bed, and then it got a little cold, so I busted through the window, and I work with a guy that does windows, so it was not a big deal.
I was going to get it fixed. I was going to get it fixed.
Cold.
Yeah,
my cousin knows
Hawaii.
the guy. Yeah, he's a Raiders fan, bro. All right, here we go. A man told police that he saw a bag of Fritos sitting on a car seat while on drugs.
Yep. Okay.
What if he's
Were the
treating
Fritos on drugs?
Yeah.
What if he's treating this like a dog or a baby?
Yeah.
And he's like,
I had to rescue those Fritos.
I look
You
in
gotta
there.
crack a window, bro.
I look in there. I see chips. That's what.
You can't leave those in there.
Cook these chips.
By the way,
The temperature change is going to make them stale.
I'm going to say this, though. I'm kind of on his side. Who has a bag of Fritos? If there's a bag of Fritos laying around and you two are, I am such a snacker.
You
who leaves a bag of seat? When you buy a bag of Fritos,
Eat it now.
You as you purchase it, I would probably open it and start eating it before it's paid for.
Well, you also got detained for eating in a grocery store. So of course you guys
in
did.
Israel.
In
Israel, I was walking through a store eating bulk food,
and they're like, "What?"
And then some guy started walking really close behind me and kicking my heels. I was like, "Excuse me," and he's like, "Come to this back room." And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to leave the country.
That's it. We're getting deployed.
Because they can't wait with snacks. That's
Cannot
how.
wait.
Like
you don't understand how.
Also, what kind of security guard? It's like that's their move, kicking the back of your heels.
Flat tire,
It's
got
like-
you. Flat tire.
And also, when they're
Terrible
saying "Let's
school.
go to the back room," that's something that just happens at like sex clubs.
Right.
That's like
I was
am
I gonna have to blow
That's
him
a
to get
tap
out of
in
here?
the stall, the bathroom next to
Sit on that black leather couch.
Here's what's
Here, let me put you up on this wheel.
all right. Fritos sitting on a car seat while on drugs, which lured him to steal the vehicle.
Okay.
How did that?
Yeah, dude.
To
That's
steal
what you're saying,
the
in traffic.
trying to
Fritos.
save the Fritos.
But the Fritos were talking to him.
Well, the Fritos were like, it's like, hey, it'd be even better, bean dip.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have a friend, I have a cousin.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did. And like, wait,
It'd
Fritos
been a
are
lot
Matthew
cooler.
McConaughey? It'd been a lot good. It's been
a long time since a rock and roll.
It's been 1 week since you steal a car. That's great.
That's great. We could end the show.
It's been. All right, before he burglarized several vehicles in Ingleside.
Sure.
The Lake County Sheriff's Office responded to a theft on January 3rd, according to Lake County. A man was at Cross Point Church in Ingleside when he
not the
returned to his car. So this was a car stolen
from a church.
in his car, which he stole other things from a car.
Sure.
Returned to his car where he could not find his wallet, which had how much cash in it and credit cards and other important documents. How much cash was in this guy's wallet?
Well, it's church, so that's tax free.
Right.
Who leaves their wallet,
in the car?
And
Stupid
who's
idea.
carrying cash?
Right.
I'll go $80 cash.
$80 cash?
I gotta go 175.
$560. Get your answers in. This guy had $400 in
Whoa!
cash.
Is he in Vegas?
What, did he just do 3 stand-up shows at the store?
What?
Who has $400 on them?
Cash.
Ever. Dan.
Everybody in Goodfellas.
I bet they were like
Yeah.
20s and 10s. Like
Oh yeah,
no hundreds,
Huge
no
wallet.
50, just a
Wait,
wad.
and this is in the wallet. That's a lot of
In
money
the
to have,
wallet.
unless you're doing hundreds.
By the way, if you have
very true.
$400 in your wallet, shame on you for leaving it in your car.
How about this?
true.
How about he didn't have any of that money in there, and he's jacking up the amount of
Ooh,
money,
he might be
quote
doing-
unquote,
Oh.
cash
Because
he
it's
had.
cash.
It's
You can't-
cash. How do you trace that?
They're unmarked bills.
I need $400 back.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
one
I
carries
like that.
$400.
I like this plan.
The victim was notified by his bank later that day about suspicious purchases made on one of his credit cards in Fox Lake. Thies said the purchases were made at this will tell you all you need to know about
Kohl's.
this guy.
Dollar store.
Close. What do you say?
Dollar Tree.
JCPenney?
Family Dollar.
There you go.
Fox
Family
Lake.
Dollar. There you go.
Walgreens.
There you
Okay.
go.
Shell.
Shell.
He's on one corner.
McDonald's.
Yeah. This is an intersection.
This is one
This is
strip
one,
of
it's one
road.
strip mall. Yeah.
Video footage was received and showed Sean M. Johnson, will guess his age later, of Richmond, get out of an older model pickup truck and walk to a motel. Johnson was seen again on video a short time later walking to McDonald's at the same time
Yep.
that the
a
victim's
full
card
day.
was
Yeah.
used to purchase the food.
Yes.
The pickup truck involved was stolen out of Beloit, Wisconsin. Dan, where's Beloit? You know
Beloit,
it?
Wisconsin is just north of Rochelle.
There
It's
you
right
go.
over the border.
Oh,
You
my
know where it
God.
It
is.
was Rochelle, Rockford, Beloit.
Beloit.
Johnson was interviewed by members of the sheriff's office after he was taken in custody in Wisconsin. He identified himself in the McDonald's surveillance video and admitted to stealing the pickup truck. So I bet they were like, "Is that you in that video?
yeah,
I
that's me."
stole the truck."
I stole a truck.
Yeah,
all we were asking
If
was,
you were
"Is
in
that
the
you?"
video.
No, I'm not trying to talk bad about McDonald's, but they put pickles on my burger and I said I didn't want it. So why aren't they here?
And
How
why-
come we're not trying that?
why
We're
did
not
the
Put the system on trial.
Yeah.
Why do the pickles have ridges?
Did you
That's
hear-
what I asked all about.
And the
it.
pickles
They
were
don't
started
need ridges.
talking to me too.
They don't
so
need-
they don't fall off there.
Oh, yeah.
but I don't
They
always
might
slip
slip and slide.
Ridges
You
If you
know?
trap 'em.
traction.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say I'm mad, but I'm kind of pissed.
All we asked was
Really breathy. Really breathy.
Sir, were you?
yeah, that is what it is.
Were you in McDonald's?
I went into there, and first of all, I'm gonna say it, and I know it ain't nice, but I don't like the kiosks.
Oh,
And
Whoa, whoa,
I
whoa.
don't,
Hey,
you know, they're
hey.
taking away the jobs from the
Okay.
working
Right.
men's.
You'd
I got
rather
you.
have a
Good point.
personal interaction like
And
the
I
one you
didn't.
had when you
I don't
stole the
know
truck.
why we lost the grilled chicken snack wrap
Okay.
ever since the pandemic.
All right, sir.
And they never bring it back, and they used to have breakfast all day. And I'm not saying I'm mad, but I'm kind of
So was that you in the stolen truck right there?
no. That truck drove me.
Oh, okay, great.
Well, he said he was walking.
technically not wrong.
Self-driving
He
truck.
said he was walking around when he saw a bag of Fritos sitting on the front seat of the truck. So he opened the door and saw the keys were inside, which led him to steal the vehicle.
If you have people are just way too loose with everything. Wallets in cars with $400 in it, apparently, allegedly. Fritos just sitting out like you're not going to eat it. Like that to me is the most egregious thing ever. Keys in a truck that's open. Come on.
This guy, I like that he admits that he did everything wrong.
Right.
He said he was staying
I
at
ain't
the
a liar.
Fox Lake Motel, sir.
Oh, take
You
control.
admitted to burglarizing several vehicles at the Cross Point Church in Ingleside, including stealing the wallet belonging to the male victim who made the report with the sheriff's office. Johnson admitted to using the credit card at several locations,
Yeah.
including McDonald's.
I love
He
this
drove the stolen pickup truck back to Beloit, where he abandoned it. So he didn't want the truck.
They
No.
borrowed it.
He
Yeah,
wanted the
just needed to
Fritos.
It's more
use
about the friends he made along the way.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle
It's the
too.
journey.
At the 9 different places he went
Yes,
to.
yeah, exactly.
It's the journey.
Right.
It's not the destination.
Exactly. That's why I was so upset about the kiosks.
That's right.
It's like he wanted to meet somebody.
Yes.
Come on.
Interaction.
I like connecting.
We don't interact anymore.
Johnson claimed he committed the crimes because he was on drugs. He was charged with possession of a stolen vehicle, burglary, 2 counts of identity theft, and unlawful possession of identification card. At the time of the incident, Johnson was already on pretrial release in Lake County for 2 other similar
Damn,
There
Sean.
you go.
which he was released from in jail just 1 month prior to his latest offenses. Lake County Judge Ari Fizz,
That's correct.
F-I-S-Z.
The Soda King.
Yeah, exactly.
The Soda King of Beloit.
Great movie.
granted petitions to revoke Johnson's pretrial release and remanded him to the Lake County Jail pending trial. Before we get out of here, how old
This is kind of all over the place.
is Sean M. Johnson? This is the guy who saw a bag of Fritos. It spoke to him enough to get in the car. Oh, keys. Let's go on a little.
I know, but like Family
spree.
Dollar is all over the place.
And he took credit cards, so he definitely bought like a spatula and some like laundry detergent.
Yeah.
And we're all picturing midday, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
he
yeah.
wants
It's church.
so he-
They're
so-
in church.
So he wants McDonald's for lunch or breakfast.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
He
I
went to
get
the
it.
Family Dollar, went to Walgreens.
Right.
went
Filet
to
of
a
fish. What do you
hotel,
think he gets at McDonald's?
Motel.
McRib.
What do you think this clown gets at McDonald's?
Double cheeseburger meal. You get the 2.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried the double
Oh,
the chicken
Big
Mac?
I have not, but I've
No.
heard a lot of people talk about it.
And they're saying it's solid.
They're saying it's really good.
One time, Andrew
Should be
Youngblood,
called the Chick Mac.
we were on tour, and he ordered me,
Big chick.
without
Big
my
chick.
knowledge, he ordered me an air, land, and sea from McDonald's, and that was not good.
No. So that's fish, chicken,
and a burger.
All in one sandwich?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Why? What's the point of that?
What it?
It's like a
Can
thing
you really
can-
do that? I've
Yeah.
never even heard of that before.
Yeah,
Secret
they
menu.
call it an air, land, and sea.
Wow.
And it doesn't
Call
really
that-
taste like anything.
I call that a
fish really comes
semi-amphibious assault.
Last time I got McDonald's, it was like on a road trip, and I just wanted like a single cheeseburger.
That's
and, when I opened up the wrapper, the cheese was underneath the top bun and on top of the top bun. It was folded over. And it was like late at night. It wasn't like they were in a rush to make
Right.
this thing, and they messed that up. And
No,
I
they
just
had
threw it away. I was
two-
like, what else did they mess up?
Right.
Yeah.
Did you hold it like this? Like in the commercial? when
yeah.
just
The way people eat it.
Just
I've
hold
never
on the
seen
side.
anyone just.
hold on the side and
The
then
only way to eat like a McDonald's burger is to have one hand on it and the other hand on the steering wheel.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't taste good the other way.
and you're thinking, how can I throw all this stuff away before I
Yeah.
go? All right,
Another hand on the bag of Fritos.
and one hand in your pocket.
I've got one hand on my
There
burgers.
you go.
Here we go.
Me too.
How old is Sean M. Johnson? I'm just asking a simple question.
You're a guest. Would you like to go first?
I'm going to go 47.
okay.
I'm gonna go 28.
All right, I'll go in the 30s then, and I'm going to say 33.
One of you is 1 year off.
Okay, 27.
34.
Go up or down.
48.
Get your answers in. This is story number 1. Jonah Ray is with us. We'll find out what he's doing and how you can support him after this break. Sean M. Johnson, stealer of Fritos, stealer of trucks, stealer of wallets, Dollar Tree, McDonald's, just wants a connection with people.
The Ari Fizz of Beloit. 46 years old. You
were so close.
Oh, you went the other way.
You went the other way.
I love it.
There
All
you
right,
go.
Story 1 down in the books. When we come back,
We'll
I
tell you
think
what
it's
we're
me.
up to. We'll, we'll get Jonah Ray's info about how you can support
Oh, yeah, we
him.
got a little.
Yeah, it's Dumb
fun
People
one.
Town. We got a
nothing
little
and you can't
marathon
support me.
coming up. We'll talk about all that on the other side of the break. It's Dumb People Town with Jonah Ray.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, gang, welcome back to the show. Before we get to Jonah, well, let's tell people what we have going on because we've got a lot of stuff coming up.
I know you
Chances
do.
for you to see us live. Great show. So when this drops, if this drops before we do the Flyover Festival in St. Louis, those shows are going to be fantastic. We're doing a tag-in on Friday night, November 15th. And then on Saturday night, we're doing a headlining set at the Sheldon Theater. It's a big theater in St. Louis. Want all of our friends to come out. If you're a Dumb People Town person, please, please, please. Thank you to all the townies who came out in Vegas to see us. You guys were great. It was so good to see everybody there at Wise Guys. And then we are doing our two-man show, The Born Identity, and hopefully you'll come to that. That's in December at the Lyric Hyperion.
Can't make it. December's real tough.
Oh, really?
Oh,
There's 3 possible
we haven't even
dates.
told you the
We haven't even
nights.
told you
No,
the
I-
dates.
yeah, no, I just
It's just a tough
That's a
month.
rough night.
you didn't say the dates?
No,
No, we say anything.
I could have sworn. What
December
dates are they?
9th, 12th,
Yeah.
and 16th. What? Those are bad dates for you.
Turns out those are
Those are my birthdays.
There you go. Wait, that's, you only have one. And then in January, we're doing the La Jolla Comedy Store. We've never done a headlining set weekend at the La Jolla Comedy Store. Very excited. That's like the last weekend in January. And in February, we're at Sketchfest. We're doing a tag-in, and we're doing the Born Identity on February 1st. And then all sorts of stuff as we sort of lead into the spring, which includes Detroit again and Minneapolis and Denver. Just good stuff. So supersklars.com, and then we'll tell you all other good stuff that's coming out when it comes out. Jonah, MST Marathon.
Oh
Talk
yeah,
to me.
we're doing a Turkey Day Marathon, the annual tradition in the MST world. But yeah, so it's going to be streaming on the Shout TV
Awesome.
channels and the MST channels on Pluto and all that stuff. It's
How
a
many
bunch
do
of
you do in a marathon?
It's like it's this one's gonna. I think we do like 8 episodes or something like that. So it
And
runs
forgive me
all
for
day.
Not knowing, but maybe it'll help people who also don't know. It's movies you guys haven't done.
No, it's all,
Or
it's like old episodes. So
That's
it's
okay,
like
that's
yeah,
all
they
the
just kind of do a
The
marathon.
interstitial stuff is you guys.
Yeah,
Is it all
yeah.
3?
No. So it's like it's like I like am introducing like celebrity fans of the
Sure.
show.
Amazing.
And so it's like Mark Hamill like
Yes.
introduces his favorite episode.
Amazing.
David Dastmalchian.
Great.
A bunch of like great people. Mike Flanagan.
Great.
So it's and it's it's a nice comforting thing to have on the background.
Right.
When,
Oh, my God.
It's the
during
great-
Thanksgiving.
I'm going
It
to put
is
that
the
on.
greatest
Yeah.
thing in the world.
So I'm going to watch
Kevin.
3
It's
things
comforting.
on Thanksgiving. I'll watch the Macy's Day Parade. I'm
Sure.
going to watch the Kennel Club dog show. the Westminster Kennedy
Bears
Club
Lions?
show. No, and then I'm going to watch the MSC.
I'm gonna watch some Bears Lions, but I'm definitely
That's in the
watching
morning
MSC.
at least.
Fine, I'm going to watch some of this.
Cry Wilderness.
Cry Wilderness? I don't know. I don't know their
You
picks
don't know?
yet. Yeah, so we'll see.
Do they
I mean,
not?
Cry Wilderness.
Actually, I don't think we can show any of the Netflix
Man,
ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cry
Manos
Wilderness
of
is
Fate?
the hardest I've ever laughed at any incarnation of MST.
It's
Oh,
the,
thank
it
you,
is
yeah.
the funniest. That it's,
Bang.
Bang is like it's like and no one does it better than Hampton. You know,
Hampton.
It's, you know, it's like it's wild. Like that one was like that was one where I was like this movie's kind of like sloppy. I'm not sure this is gonna be a good episode. And then like it's like we're all like Yongari. That's like an old classic Korean monster movie. That'll be the big hit. And then it was like Cry Wilderness.
I was crying.
Cry Wilderness.
Cry
is
Wilderness.
unbelievable.
Yes, yeah.
By myself in my apartment.
Yeah.
As I do often.
good.
Just crying. Just crying.
Yeah.
Crying
Yeah,
Wilderness.
no, that's a fun. That's
You
a
wur
real
crying
fun one.
Wilderness.
It's just
literally.
great when you have someone you consider a friend that you're such a huge fan of too.
Who are you talking about?
Sklars.
Don't you worry about it.
Baron Vaughn.
You guys look back at me. I'm holding up a mirror, looking at myself.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love me.
We do have friends that would actually do that, though.
Also, people can follow you on socials. Yes,
Yeah, I'm on
and-
at Jonah Ray on Instagram. Also, like I directed a bunch of comedy specials for Dropout TV.
Yeah.
So I did like a Courtney Peruso's Vanessa 5000 show. I did some improv specials. One from Hank Green, Adam Conover. So,
Great.
Yeah, a bunch
Oh
of
my
those
God,
on Dropout.
phenomenal.
That's blowing up on TikTok.
The Adam Conover one.
No, the
The
Vanessa.
Yeah. I mean, it's
yeah.
it's an incredible show, and like it's like I got to direct the taping of it, and kind of produce it.
How
way.
was that
Looks
experience
great,
for you? I know because I know you've directed films and stuff. but-
Yeah, I mean, I've directed I directed a special for Kurt Braunohler, Kyle Kinane,
yes.
and like it's like a handful.
Canaan one unbelievable.
It's I really love doing them. It's neat because it's like depending on the comic or the performer, it's like you're just kind of trying to facilitate whatever their
How can
vision
I
is.
accentuate what they're
I
doing?
want to ask you a little inside baseball comedy question.
Oh, please,
I was
yeah.
just having this conversation last night with Irene too at the Comedy Store. Where do you think we are in comedy specials in terms of opening sketch and audience reaction shots?
So when Kurt and I were like the first comedy special I directed was Kurt
Yeah.
Braunohler's Perfectly Stupid, and
So
we were
good.
both like in that mindset, like anyone is when they're coming in to realize like we don't want any of these audience shots. That's just so old school. Who
they
needs
are
it? Why
so
would you
great
want to do
to
that? And then you go, oh, you need these.
You need a cover. We need
You
an edit cover.
because you're gonna cut out some time. You're
Right.
gonna try and you're gonna cut between two shows.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like it's like you need those shots.
Yeah.
And going to
They've
a wide
gone
every
away
time.
way more than they used to be.
So
Yes,
sometimes
yeah.
they replace with the shot from behind.
Dude, there's a shot from behind,
Which
which
is
is
great to
great.
have
But that's
that
also
camera.
to me kind of a waste of a camera.
Yeah.
Because that's like one camera that you will only have that one shot with.
That's
So it's
right.
kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
it's like
that's right.
it's but yeah, again, it's like super fun to like watch a person's set and then kind of like with like Kinane's, he did a lot of stuff where he was facing the back, and so it was at Wise Guys in Salt Lake City. So like on each show, like I would have a roaming camera guy go to like the back corner of the stage. So
Right.
we can cut between these two angles if it's between two
Smart.
different shows to like make it so you still see his face, and because he does such good face.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Oh,
and-
amazing.
And so it's
So
like
good.
watching someone's like Adam Conover does a lot of stuff where he like points down front and center.
So you
and I
want
was
him
like,
pointing right to the camera.
yeah, so I want like a camera right there, and that's the
yes.
kind of fun stuff
It's
I
brilliant.
like. Is like having been in part of comedy so long, it's like like what your friends or know how you would want to see it, and what makes it punchier or more visually stimulating than just having like someone on stage with a mic.
And it's a weird spot to be in because you don't want the direction to take you out of what's going
No.
on, but you just want it to enhance it so much more that you're like, God damn, that was cool.
Yeah, and I think
That was
having
cool.
like a random it's like I always have a roaming camera just getting kind of artsy,
Yeah.
weird shots because every once in a while you want like a new thing to pop up visually.
Agreed.
And that's when I would make music videos. It's the same thing where it's like you want something to re-engage the person's like prefrontal cortex because like they're gonna just start seeing the same
Yes.
stuff over and over, and then all of a sudden there's like a kind of a side angle or a weird angle or an
Yeah.
obtuse kind of thing, and then they'll subconsciously I think re-engage into what they're watching.
So there were a number of these music like concerts that the BBC did in like 1971, and it was Elton John,
James Taylor,
and Neil Young. They're incredible in a studio, and
crowd in the round, kind of.
and
Half round.
Cat Stevens.
Cat-
And some of the shots they did were exactly what you're talking about, like oh my God, this is like a revolutionary shot for the.
Yeah.
I don't think people saw it at that time, and it was just so cool. So
And it wasn't all the time. It was just every once in a while.
Every
Because if you do it
once
all
in
the
a
time, then it just becomes
Yeah.
rote.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I've been having a good time doing those.
So follow you on social media because I'm sure you'll let people know when those things are dropping.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, there you go. All right, I'm going to jump into a story
Let's
right
do
here,
it.
sent by Sean Anderson at Sean, SHAWNE 70. Thank you. Here we go. Ready? Lawsuit says man broke his ankle jumping into Museum of Ice Cream sprinkle pool in Soho.
Oh, I've been to the Museum of Ice Cream in San Francisco, and I did jump into the sprinkle.
Why?
You're not allowed to?
I think you're allowed to. I did.
But it's not going to be as deep as you think it's going to be.
Dummy, you don't jump with your feet first. You jump and
with your
roll
tush.
onto your back.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but this
Head
is
first.
This is the Scrooge McDuck. This is the Scrooge McDuck effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People see something in any sort of like pool form, and
How
they're
can
like,
I
"Oh, I can
swim?"
swim in
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I'm
can
surprised
jump
he
in
didn't
this."
dive in.
That's
Idiot.
what he said. So wait, but I don't understand. And I have a
on, listen.
picture of my kid buried in the sprinkles just to the face. It was fun.
All right, so
It's a good time.
a lawsuit filed this week alleges that a man was severely injured at the Museum of Ice Cream sprinkle pool. If you're sending a lawsuit against the Museum of Ice Cream, how much of a downer are you? What's going on? Well, I'm suing.
Still in that
Yeah.
lawsuit.
With who?
Yeah.
The
Against
Museum
fun.
of Ice Cream?
I'm suing fun.
I'm suing happiness.
I know, but look,
Dan, don't be on the side of this guy.
there's an adult film star named Adriana Chechik who was at like a convention sort of deal, and they had something that looked like a big tub of like balls and stuff that you could jump into.
Big
It was
tub of
extremely
balls.
shallow.
Big tub of balls.
Fair enough.
She dove
She
face
jumped
first.
in. She broke her back.
Oh,
Yes, and they so I haven't seen
And
this.
most of her work is done on her back. So, folks,
hey,
there it is.
I know another
I haven't
situation
seen
where she
this.
broke her back.
But it might look super like jump inable because there are
Dan.
various museums. Like the one, is it the same one?
If you don't
It's
know
the
what it
Repeated Bears
is,
ice cream.
if you can't
Oh,
see into it,
you-
don't jump into it.
I've talked
Sure.
about this. This is the Ozarks. This is one of my big fears.
How about like the guy? There's videos and TikToks of like Russian guys in their underwear, like jumping out into like icy things, and they think they're gonna go through, but it
yeah.
just hits.
And they just slip. And
or
fall.
how about the
Yeah.
woman who tried to jump off the roof onto a trampoline into an above ground pool?
Yeah.
She just hits
You
the
need too
trampoline
many
and goes
things to
straight.
happen, yeah.
And goes straight into the
But
side.
like at the Ozarks, a lot of people like to jump off bridges in the Lake of the Ozarks, and most of those bridges have rebar under them. And people, this happens every year. People, so I am very pro. I'm not just gonna jump into that.
Sure, but what if it's like a Frito bag and it's just asking?
I mean, come on.
Jump into the lake.
The state, I would jump into a whole thing of Fritos and eat my way out. The state suit claims that the Soho venue created, quote, reasonable but false expectation that jumping the pool is safe through its marketing, through its social media posts, asking people if they're ready to, quote, jump in. All right, does
See?
he have a
Okay.
case?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm saying, how inviting was this?
But what if jump in was in quotes?
Oh,
Do you know what I'm saying? If you're ready to jump in, maybe take part in.
yeah.
According to the lawsuit, plaintiff Jeremy Shore, Shorr,
Paulie's brother.
did just that at a March visit with his daughters. Don't do that. Like, what are you teaching your kids?
Yeah. It's like
This-
he's struggling. He wants to look so cool in front of his daughters.
You're not cool, Jeremy.
Kids, look.
And he's like, you know what? I'm going to take him to that ice cream thing. They're not having a good time because
No.
who cares about
I'm
this
gonna
place?
jump in.
I'll
Yeah,
jumpstart
and-
the fun.
And they're gonna be like, it's like, Dad's so fun.
Dad's so fun.
Dad's
He
so
jumped
fun.
into the place where he wasn't supposed
Mom's
to jump.
wrong. Dad is fun.
Dad-
Randy, was
yeah.
it you 8-9 years ago? Did you sprain your ankle playing tennis?
Yeah, I broke my foot. playing
That's what it
tennis.
was.
Broke my foot playing tennis.
This is
Really?
one of those things too. Like the instant
You know.
you know.
Oh, you know.
And so this
Oh, I
guy
heard
must
it's-
have been like, because he's there with his daughters.
Yep.
He's probably wanting to be fun dad.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Jumps in.
It's his weekend.
And
No one's listening to
instantly,
you, Jonah.
instantly like pops, and he's like,
That's it.
Oh, and by the
Fun's
way,
over.
when you hurt yourself as a parent with little kids, because I'm guaranteeing they're little kids.
The story of the dunking thing when you dunked on an 8-foot hoop.
Oh, so my daughter, I blame her, essentially challenged me.
It's like you
but
can't.
this guy's crazy for suing ice cream.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're over here blaming daughters.
to dunk on an 8-foot basketball hoop while she had a game, a practice going on.
And
so
you
I'm
had
like,
never
I
heard of the Tom Segura story?
Oh, I had heard of it.
Okay, keep going.
But so I
grabbed on the
dunk, grab on the rim to
Swing
like
your
rim
legs
shake.
up.
I swing my legs up, but what I don't realize is
Okay.
that my fingers are going to at some point let
go.
and then I fall directly down onto my back,
8
like
feet.
8 feet or 7.5 feet, whatever it was. I fell straight down onto my back.
God.
It made the loudest noise. Everyone in the gym looked over me, and then I had to get up
And pretend
and
like you were
pretend
fine.
I was okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
When
How
I
were
was
you feeling?
horrible.
So how much money did you make when you sued the basketball?
I sued the Museum
your
of Ice
daughter.
Cream. I sued my daughter and the Museum of Ice Cream. But no, it was one of those things where when you get hurt and it's your fault, like everyone was mad at me. Like no one, you get no one's caring
No
for
one
you in your
cares.
house
Yeah.
when you have responsibilities for your kids and you're
So
hurt.
you're going to jump in and
Yeah.
do this? So with his daughter to the self-described Experium, which features a series of interactive rooms celebrating ice cream. I'd go to that.
It's great.
It alleges the venue failed to make the pool deep enough and calculate the proper amount of and dimensions of the faux sprinkles, so the plunge left him with severe and permanent injuries to his right leg, ankle, and other body parts.
That's lawsuit talk.
What other body parts?
Pull the lid.
Yeah.
Your nuts?
Dick and bone.
Eh.
Because he was jumping in with a massive erection.
Yeah,
I think.
you can't die.
I mean, all those sprinkles.
That's how he wanted to hide it.
The
I gotta get out
Adriana
of here.
Chechnik or whatever story. He was just thinking about a lot of
I know.
stuff.
I'm not hard anymore.
Don't jump into
You
it.
owe me damages.
Anytime he walks into the Museum of Ice Cream, he is
You gotta
rock
avoid
hard.
that.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm so happy to be here. Guess who's excited? Let me jump in them sprinkles. All right. The lawsuit doesn't specify the pool's depth, but pictures on the museum's website and social media from its various locations, including Singapore, show adults and children standing with sprinkles reaching their ankles and lower legs. Look at the pictures from Singapore.
Before you dive into any pool,
Check the
Singapore report.
The Singapore report.
The Singapore report.
Doesn't the Singapore report sound like a failed Tom Cruise movie?
Yeah. Well,
No, it was the sequel to the Pelican Brief.
Hey, which was the prequel to the Minority. One post
we are twinning
on the
today.
museum's Instagram page included a voiceover that said, "This went a lot better in my head," where a person jumps off a diving board alongside the sprinkle pool, bounces as she hits the sprinkles, and then face plants into them. The museum's marketing materials show adults and children alike using the pools. A spokesman for the university declined the comment. The lawsuit claims the museum is aware of the alleged danger, citing a Daily Mail article from 2021 with the headline, "Well, that bombed. Woman falls flat on her face when she cannonballs in the pool of giant sprinkles." It also references a video posted on TikTok of August 12th last year documenting a leg injury sustained by a visitor who jumped in the pool.
If you're going to have a
Sprained
pool
her
of
leg pretty
sprinkles
badly.
that's only 12 to 18 inches out, you should have a lifeguard
Yeah?
on board being like, hey, no jumping. Or a
But
sign
the
that says
lifeguard
no
should
jumping.
it's got to be something fun, like a clown or someone dressed in
Sure.
a sugar cone.
Yeah.
Or just 2 scoops
The
of mint chocolate
confidence,
chip.
the misguided confidence
Of like, I can
to
jump in.
cannonball
into
into
I mean,
a
you're
sprinkle
you're
tub.
breaking
Yeah.
your pelvis. Like that's
the
it.
fucking coccyx is done.
That's a woman who does not want to bear children.
Yeah.
Other materials on the
What
museum
the
site.
fuck was
Wow, weird.
that? Real huge judgment.
I'm just
there.
trying to give. I'm just trying to
people
give
don't like
options for abortion in states that you're gonna be. All right. Other materials on the museum site don't appear to address the depth of the pool or whether they're appropriate for all visitors. An FAQ stresses that it's regularly cleaned, ensuring fresh and clean experience with every
How would you even
jump.
do that?
And the site's health and safety page says the only that guests are free to swim in the sprinkle pool at their leisure. When Gothamists searched the sprinkle pool on TikTok, they found and solved 6 cold cases. No, I'm just kidding. The sprinkle pool fails. Was one of the top recommended searches. The result shows several videos showing people jumping the pool and landing flatly on the sprinkles, including one posted by ESPN with the caption, "That didn't go as planned."
No, it's
According to the suit,
dense.
Short
You're not-
has been unable to engage in the same daily activities since his injury and anticipates needed surgery. Plus, he broke his penis. It's not the
Poor
first time the sprinkle pools have upset people. In 2018, they made headlines when officials in Miami and San Francisco complained that plastics from the venue were littering their cities.
Oh, I'm sure it's stuck to people's bodies.
Yes. Yeah,
going
they just
around.
walk around.
Yeah, and this guy now can never drive by a cold stone without breaking into fucking
Exactly.
tears and
Without feeling it. It's like,
PTSD.
you know how
Yeah.
like when you hurt your
Yeah.
leg and then you can tell when it's going to rain?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can hurt his leg and tell when someone's getting some mixins.
At what point does the risk reward of these sprinkle pools go away? Like all you just listed like 9 times where these went wrong
I
and
know.
how they're like littering cities and people keep
huge
being like,
sign.
what are we going to do? Get rid of them?
well,
Yeah. People love the sprinkle
Dan, this
pool.
is. I used to do a bit, or I used to talk about how when I knew that I became a responsible adult is when I was driving down the street in my neighborhood. I saw an overturned box,
And you avoided it.
and
Yeah,
I went
went
around it.
Yeah.
Now,
Younger you would've been
me
like,
would have blown
crush
through
it.
it and been like, that would
Crush
be
it.
cool to crush
You know what's in
that.
there.
That's true. That's a good point.
And then I drove around because I'm like, I don't know what's underneath it. What if there's like a car motor?
I don't
in
know
it?
how deep that sprinkle pool is. I'm not going to cannonball. I'm not
Yeah.
going to even a can opener. I'm not gonna do anything.
Or I will climb into it first, feel how deep it is,
Yeah.
and then I'll decide.
I can't.
Yeah, I'm
I
going
can't.
to wade into any situation.
Is
That's
it
the way to do it.
Yeah.
is it a fathom deep? I don't know.
Is it-
I'm
how many
20
leagues?
20 leagues of sprinkles.
20 leagues under the sprinkles?
20 leagues under the icing. All right, there you go. There it is. That is.
If you can't see the bottom, you don't know there ain't sharks in there.
That's right. True.
Sprinkle NATO. All right, there you go. That is story number 2. Daniel, give us a little taste of what we got from story number 3.
Oh, the little Caesars lady's back.
Oh, I love
We
it.
didn't know we lost her, but she's back.
She's back, and
She
Daniel's going to tell you what he's got going on.
It's all coming up with Jonah Ray on Dumb People Now. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
All right, guys, I want to just talk about the December months. Weather's getting a little bit cooler, even in Los Angeles. We hit some 40s out there. How do you stay warm and cozy in the winter months? I light a fire. I watch as many Hallmark movies
You don't
as
even
I
have
can.
a fireplace. You just roll.
Oh, I
your
light
trash
a
cans,
fire
trash
in the
cans to the
streets.
living room.
Right, but I mean, you try and stay cozy physically.
And then you have to warm your insides. And
How do we
your
warm our
soul.
insides?
How do
you
we
do that? You do
Well,
it through therapy.
therapy.
Thank God we have the BetterHelp people on this podcast.
Well, if therapy, we say you should give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. They're really trying to make this easy for you to step
don't you
into
feel
this.
better, more cozy
When I do-
after you've gone through
a
therapy?
session, you feel like you're taking care of yourself in a time where we seem to be taking care of everyone but ourselves.
Let this
right?
be that time you
A
feel
little bit of
cozier.
time for
Dan.
you. Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/DPT today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DPT. Townies, friends, lovers, the holiday home stretch is here. And when you're crossing names off your holiday list, you can't forget about your pet.
You can't.
Or your friend's pet.
That's
A little bit of something for Ponyo under the tree when you go to hang out at Randy's house.
Little
Such a good
Ziggy
doggy.
gets a little something, something.
I don't feel like your dog would forgive me if I didn't say, here's a little something for you.
Yeah.
Chewy is the only name that you need, and it is everything that we know can help you keep your pet happy and healthy. They're wonderful. It's the best. It's your
Dan,
go-to.
I know
You get stuff
I
automatically
know
sent
you
to
say it. You're saying it in tongue in cheek, but when my dogs get a new toy, they're so happy.
Oh.
They are literally
Oh, my
the
gosh.
happiest. And then they rip it up within like 2 days. I don't care because it makes them happy. And so, like at the holidays, we're all happy. We're all getting gifts.
Right.
I'm going to Chewy, and I'm going
Right.
to get Ziggy and Ponyo
And maybe
some gifts.
you've already remembered your 2, 3, 1 kids, whatever, who don't
Yeah.
deserve
Who
all the
cares
love that
about
you give them.
I want to get
Don't
my
give
pets.
you
You
unconditional
can get
love.
savings right now of up to 40 or even 60% off of flash deals. Buy one, get ones. That's a BOGO if you're nasty. And so much
Yes.
more. It's not just for dogs and not just for cats. It's also for birds, for fish, for reptiles, so much more. You do the auto ship feature, Ran. It makes you
Yeah.
never have
Oh, my
to
God.
walk into a grocery store 10 minutes before the close while yelling at you to leave because you forgot to go buy
I
food for your
forgot to
dogs.
get the Chewy, and then it came, and I was like, "Oh my God, thank
you
you,
saved
Chewy.
me from
Thank you.
myself. All right, here we go. Don't forget gifts for your pets this holiday season. Take advantage of amazing deals and shop our personal favorites at chewy.com/DPT. That's chewy.com/DPT. One more time, chewy.com/DPT.
Okay, guys, it's ski season.
It is.
and snowboard season,
And heavy travel season.
So if you're traveling, if you live in a town that it doesn't have, you're not driving to your ski location.
Right.
Let's say you're going to Park City, you don't live there. The biggest pain, and this is such a pain. Jay, you have a snowboard.
I have a snowboard. I brought it with me on a trip to Park City. All my luggage showed up. My snowboard didn't show up.
So you're like,
so now what am I going to do?
you waste
I have to
a day.
communicate. I have to communicate with the airport. Waste a day. Deal with this whole thing.
And do you really want to
I
trust
can't
this
ski
to
for
the
a
hands
day.
of some person who's like very mad at their husband or wife or boyfriend
or
or
angry
daughter,
that they're working during the
and
holidays?
they're angry and they're not getting paid enough for what they do anyway.
Thank God for ship skis. Ship skis is the best idea ever. It's like someone.
Then you don't have to go to that like large items are over here. Then you're standing there
Yes.
fighting with people who had 9 strollers.
You just schedule your shipment.
You skip the airport stress and the costly
That's what
airline
I'm talking
fees
about.
and the complimentary real-time tracking, complimentary insurance, dedicated support, on-time delivery. Just schedule your shipment, attach your label, and ShipSkis handles the rest, delivering your gear directly to your destination. How about it's waiting for you?
Waiting
How about
for
that?
you.
ShipSkis offers white glove shipping for ski and snowboard gear. Travel worldwide without luggage. Just makes your life easier
They
on
go to
the
180
way.
countries.
Oh my God!
I love
this
it.
is the greatest.
Thousands
idea
of
ever.
travelers use them. They know what's up. Right now, ShipSkis is offering our listeners 20% off your first shipment when you go to shipskis.com and use code DPT. Right, Dan?
Yeah, go to shipskis.com. Use the code at shipskis.com. The code is DPT to get 20% off your first shipment and save yourself the hassle this ski season.
I'll spell it SHIPSKIS.com. Make sure you use the code DPT, and they know that we sent you.
And I swear to you, do it once, get this 20% off, and then you'll never not do this
I'll
again.
never not use ship skis for the snowboard ever again. Thank you, ship skis.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, gang, welcome back to the show. Before
Welcome
we
back.
jump into story number 3, Daniel, tell people where they can see you, how they can check your movie
You can
out.
listen to me every single week, whether it's on this show or Pen Pals or my new show, The Midnight Air.
It's
which
a
is,
good show, guys.
It's a good show. It's a good hang.
fun.
It drops on Mondays right here on All Things Comedy. And I love it. I love doing it. It's like a little overnight radio show podcast. Drops on Monday
exactly
nights.
what it feels like, and put it on as you're kind of drifting
Yes.
off to sleep.
Or
It's
you're on a
like
long
perfect.
drive and you're trying to stay awake.
I listen to it as I'm
These are
drifting off to sleep.
conflicting thoughts. I feel.
I just like those overnight radio shows where they just
As you're
like,
drifting
what are
out
they
to sleep,
talking about? Like,
while you're driving
While you're
across
driving,
country, you're
while you're
drifting
going
off
to
to
sleep.
sleep.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
They
wanna
do
no,
like random lists, like we're counting down the list of SNL cast members with the longest hair.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
I want to
you
hear
should
You
that.
know Ellen Claycorn is on that.
Ah!
Wait, Dan.
You should have people like submitting, like, I got a dinette.
Oh, that.
set.
So there we used to do there's a show in
That was one of
St.
my
Louis
favorite
called
shows
The
in-
Trading Station.
Ours was called The Trading Post.
Trading
It was on from
Station.
12 to 12:30.
Right.
In Rochelle, Illinois. Mike Green hosted it. I listened every day.
I got a dinette.
And then there
set.
used to be like a dating show. So Randy and I wanted to combine them into the same thing. Like, I got a dinette set and I'm looking for a nice man. And then if some guy's
Yeah.
like, I don't need a dinette set, but I'll take you out to dinner. And then like
That would be great.
just like
I
meet
love
ups,
that.
meet cutes, and
Yes.
selling their
That's cute.
stuff.
It's called
Yeah.
Furniture Connection.
People are more. Hey, the midnight mailbag at gmail.com if you got something to buy, sell,
Right?
trade.
I want people to be trading stuff on your thing.
It would be hilarious.
It'd be so
I'd
great.
gladly read
Oh
that.
my God, Dan! I want you to read like
Midnight
all
mailbag.
the things.
The midnight mailbag at gmail.com.
Midnight mailbag.
And then I will also be at the Flyover Comedy Festival. I'm headlining on the 14th. That show's like at 10 o'clock at night. So let's go hang.
Fill it up.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And then the next night, I think I'm doing Tag It with you guys on the 15th.
sir.
You are.
Other than that, I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff. Go to Daniel Van Kirk.
We'll swing by your show on that Thursday night.
Oh, thanks, brother.
Yeah,
Hang out and watch.
we'll be in town.
That's
We'll
awesome.
We'll
All right,
go see
Daniel.
it.
Okay.
Let's jump in.
Ben's. That's Bend, Oregon.
Okay.
I want to go back there and do
Yeah.
stand up. I love there.
Nice.
Ben's beloved Little Caesars lady is back dancing after heart surgery.
Oh.
Thank God.
So Bend, Oregon has their own Little Caesars lady.
Mm-hmm.
If you've driven past the corner of Southeast 3rd Street and Reed Market Road lately, then you might have noticed that Mary Barrackman,
Mary Hussein Barak.
There you go. Thanks, Barrackman. Ben's dancing pizza promoter is back in action.
Hey!
Is it wrong that I think that the song that's playing either in my head when I watched this or in her head
Yeah.
is the old
Now I'm blue.
okay. The old guy from Six Flags.
Oh,
dancing.
That might
There was
go
one
to
year.
sleep.
This is like maybe like 15 years ago. I think Scott Ackerman dressed up as that guy
Oh.
for Halloween, and then had like a cassette recorder to play that song.
That guy
So
and the old
effective.
Navy lady should have gotten together.
Yeah.
Same glasses.
So after a brief hiatus following open heart surgery, Brockman retired from her job with Little Caesars.
Oh, man.
Eats a heart disease. It was a long way to go, but it also wasn't worth it.
No, it worked. It worked.
But it also wasn't
I can't
It's
top
a
it.
long way to go, but it also wasn't worth it.
Did you say aorta?
But she certainly isn't done dancing on her corner,
Thank
which has
God.
made her a Bend celebrity.
Yep.
A year has passed since Barakman had surgery to replace a faulty heart valve, a
Yep.
procedure that
Our
likely
mom did
saved her
this.
life.
It's a tremendous lifesaver.
While she is recovering, she periodically gets back outside, bringing smiles to people as they drive by.
Thank God.
So obviously, I love the story. Nobody did anything wrong. It's just, of course, in Dumb People Town, there's a woman who used to work for Little Caesars and is now just out there for the love of the game.
Oh, she no longer works for Little Caesars?
Oh, I miss the people too much, she said. I love everybody. It's my happy place.
Yes.
She took the part-time job in 2010, along with a second part-time job as a cashier at the Dollar Tree, which she later quit. And that might be my favorite part of the story.
Yes, yeah,
that
which
she was
she
like,
did.
Little Caesars? Fine. Dollar Tree?
I draw the line.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I mean, the thing is, though, what she's doing with Little Caesars, like she's getting, activity. It's like
Exercise, there's
which of
movement.
course is being snuffed out by the amount of free pizza and breadsticks she's probably eating on top of that.
But if you're working at Little Caesars
balances
and Dollar
out.
Tree,
Yeah.
you are seeing the same 17 people
Yes.
every
What's up,
day
Dave?
at both jobs.
Hey,
true.
Dave.
And I'm one of them.
In
Bend
bo-
ain't big.
In both
Bend ain't
jobs, someone, at least two people every day is like, can you watch my kids for 20 minutes?
Yeah.
And she's like, I gotta go do this thing.
Yeah.
Can they
And at
dance?
both jobs, people are trying to return half-eaten food. At both jobs.
Hey, Dan, do you think she was the original sign flipper? Like she
She
kind
did
of
this.
taught how to
Predated it.
like flip the thing?
Yes or no? There's a real national competition for sign flippers.
Yes,
I
that
would-
has to
of
be,
course,
right?
there has
No,
to
there's
be.
a, there's
to
a
be,
games.
yeah.
There's a games.
Sign flipping games?
The sign flipping games.
No.
Yes, it's a sports competition.
Have you guys done like
No, we
Did
have
you bring
to.
up that question not knowing that they would know about
Of
some
course,
weird
Dan.
sport
The
That's
competition?
why I felt
Yeah.
confident in asking.
The problem is nobody knows where it is.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
They need someone outside to
I
show
thought-
them.
Valet the valet.
I
Show
thought
them.
either A, they would definitely know, or B,
Valet, the valet.
B, they would tell me the guy in the 80s who got second place that they happen to know the name.
I forgot to tell you
You mean
guys.
Mike Grubb?
Sure.
Dan, the 2020 World Sign Spinning Championships.
Yeah.
That Biden ruined. This is the
My name is
music?
Justin Brown. I'm the director of training for the Aero Sign Spinners. I'm also the head judge of the World Sign Spinning Championships.
Oh my
And I
God,
gotta
dude.
tell you,
So
what's
many
going
people
on
there.
This year is amazing. We judge on 3 different categories, which is
Dude,
style,
why isn't this in the Olympics?
I was going to say,
execution.
this has to be an NBA halftime show.
It
Oh my
should be.
God.
Yeah,
Style and execution. They execute each one of these people. I cannot believe
By
that.
lethal
yeah.
injection.
No style.
No, they
Time
chop
to
someone's
be
head off with a
executed.
sign.
Her shifts at Little Caesars lasted about 5 or 6 hours, and her enthusiasm on the corner started to get noticed. So she'd be out there 5 or 6 hours dancing.
How old is she? Have any heart problems? This is like a
Dancing.
lot of movement.
I'm going to read a
On
name.
the corner.
Based on name alone, we would never follow it with general manager at Little Caesars. Madison Durand,
No.
the general manager at Little
No.
Caesars. Not your host at the casino.
I thought Madison Duran was that website where you want to cheat on your wife.
No, that's where you cheat
when
on
you
your
cheat
pet.
on-
You walk another dog that you like more.
Yeah.
I logged on to Madison Duran.
And
Now
now
I'm
I'm walking a Pekingese without their owner knowing.
The general manager at Little Caesars said when she first met Brockman, she was a little kid. I don't know which one was the little kid, Madison or
If Brockman
Sharon
was a
or
little
whatever her
kid,
name
she's
is.
been doing
Yeah.
this long.
Mary Brockman.
Mary
Mary
She met-
Brockman, one and all.
She met her when she was a little kid.
Mary, why you Brockman?
She was instantly tuned in to Brockman's radiating positivity. She lives to be on that corner.
Yeah.
This is The Wire.
I mean,
waving
or
to,
any hooker.
Brockman coming.
waving to everybody and seeing them smile, and it's one of the main things she cares about. Mary said she will continue dancing on her corner because it gives her strength and she missed it dearly. Now instead of Little Caesar's guitar, that's awesome. People might remember her from having before. She now dances with a pink guitar instead.
That's right.
If I didn't have the corner, I think I'd be depressed. This is The Wire,
Totally.
said Tavon
Gotta get up
Barksdale.
on them corners.
Get her up in the towers.
She said prior to her surgery, she could be out there dancing for hours, but now she only goes out when she's feeling up to it.
Wait,
and
the
typically
surgery's supposed to
spends
help you
an hour on
dance
the corner.
more.
Well, she's got to recover from.
She's got to recover.
Yeah.
Fine.
She said she's building up her endurance. She plans to keep dancing for as long as she can.
Great.
Someone might need a wave or a hug, a smile. Making people
love her.
smile is the
I
only
love her.
part of what motivates Mary.
Great.
She also explained that listening to music and playing her guitar allows her to really get into the dancing. A fact that people are driving by not just staring her, they have to move on. It keeps her from being self-conscious.
Hang on a second. Listening to the music really helps her get into the dancing. I don't see the correlation.
I know.
No, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
seeing the connection.
We all know dancing existed before
Yeah, but-
music, so
yeah.
therefore,
How in the world?
You guys always do a music show every year,
Yes.
right?
With
Two.
Jonah.
Yeah.
Well, some of her favorite music to listen to on the corner while
I
she
can't wait to
dances
hear.
includes
Oh my God. Tub thumping.
Carrie Underwood,
Okay.
Ray Charles,
I took my key
Yeah.
into the side of Ray
That's-
Charles's car and he couldn't see it.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Down on the corner.
Yeah, perfect.
Down in the street.
Luke Bryan,
Okay.
and occasionally some Led Zeppelin. I
Oh!
love that she was like, every once in a while.
She
She has all kinds of music from multiple eras loaded onto her MP3 player.
hey,
Fool
get
in
that
the-
zoom.
Fool in the rain.
Boo, boo,
If it wasn't for the community, I wouldn't have made it through all my tough times. She also wanted to send the gratitude to her doctors. I wanted to thank them for all they've done for me and what they still do for me and for giving me such a great opportunity to go out and be crazy.
Quick shout out to my dire maker.
Okay, we'll get out of here on this just for fun. How old is Mary
Oh, shit.
Barrackman?
What do you think, Jonah?
Gonna go 53. on this
Okay,
one.
53.
that's our age. Anyway, go ahead.
74.
I think she is 67.
Okay. One of you is 1 year off. Who wants to go up or down a year?
73.
68.
52.
Okay.
Mary is Jonah. Thanks for being here. Tell everybody where to father you.
At
Father
Jonah
you.
Ray.
Father you. Where should they father you?
Oh, please, anywhere. I need it. I'm not sure if you know, most of my close comedy friends are like older father
Yes,
figures.
we're like a father figure. It's like my first dad, my second dad, my stepdad. His first fit that he did on Cheap Seats.
First TV appearance.
Hey, now, his next TV appearance, watch him on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
the MST3K Marathon. You can watch it on Pluto or
Yeah, all
any
the
of
kind of
channels.
streaming things.
Okay,
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I love
Yeah.
it. So
Okay.
this woman is.
Is 66 years old.
Oh, so I went the wrong
know.
way. All right, guys, we love you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for join our Patreon. It's so much fun for that
It
too.
is a
If
great
you
time.
haven't, if you've been away, come back. It's got such great stuff, little stories for us. And snap, we gotta get back to it.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.